Okay, let's jump right in. I want to talk about something that might just flip everything you thought you knew about learning English on its head. Because the real secret to fluency, it isn't about cramming more words or rules into your brain. Nope, it's somewhere else entirely.
Does this sound familiar? You can watch a whole movie, you get the jokes, you follow the conversations, you understand pretty much everything, but then, the moment it's your turn to speak, it's like a switch flips off. Your mouth just freezes, your brain goes completely blank. You are not alone, and trust me, it's not because your English is bad.
What's happening is you've fallen into what I call the fluency trap. Oh yeah, it's a real thing. It's that incredibly frustrating place where you have all this knowledge locked up in your head, but for some reason, you just can't get it to come out of your mouth. Let's figure out why.
So listen, and I mean really listen to this. The problem is not you. It has nothing to do with how smart you are, and it has nothing to do with how many words you know. The real reason, the one that most classes just totally miss, is that your mouth is physically untrained for the act of speaking English.
Think about it like this, okay? Fluency has two sides. You've spent years, maybe decades, training the brain part, the grammar, the vocabulary, all that good stuff. But speaking is also a physical skill. It's movement. It uses your lips, your tongue, your jaw, even your breath. You've been training one side of the team, but you left the other side on the bench.
And that brings us to a pretty radical new way to think about this whole thing. I want you to forget about English as a subject you study in a book. From this moment on, I want you to think of speaking English as a sport.
Here's the best way to understand it. Imagine you want to learn to do push-ups. You could read 100 books on fitness, you could understand the physics, the biology, the perfect form. You could be the world's leading expert on push-up theory. But what happens the first time you actually get on the floor and try to do one? You'll probably collapse, right? Because your muscles are weak. It is exactly the same with speaking English. You have all the theory, but the speaking muscles in your mouth haven't been trained.
Yeah, let that one sink in. Speaking isn't just in your head. It's a physical, muscular activity. Your native language has given your mouth tens of thousands of hours of training since you were a baby. For English, you've got to build that muscle memory from scratch.
So, if it's a sport, how do you get better? You train. You don't study more, you train more. So let's get super practical, with a simple daily workout you can do for your mouth. And get this, that's all it's going to take, just 5 minutes a day. It's not about spending hours and hours, it's about how you use those minutes. We're talking about 5 minutes of focused, physical, daily training. It's a tiny habit that will literally rewire your mouth to speak English fluently.
Okay, you ready? Here's your daily English gym routine. First up, 1 minute to warm up. Just like an athlete, you gotta loosen up your lips, tongue, and jaw. Then, for 1 minute, you're gonna use the mirror technique. Seriously, just watch yourself speak. It sounds simple, but it builds this amazing confidence. Next, the main workout. 2 minutes of shadowing. This is huge. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say immediately. You're not just copying words, you're copying the music of the language. And finally, you finish with a 1-minute fluency loop, saying one sentence slow, then normal, then fast. It's a full workout, all targeted in just 5 minutes.
All right, so once you've started building those muscles, it's time to level up your training. The next secret to sounding really natural isn't about having perfect pronunciation of every single word. It's all about flow.
See, native speakers don't talk word by word. They speak in what we call sound clusters. These are groups of words that are all blended together into one smooth piece, almost like a little piece of music. This is the key to rhythm.
Just look at the difference here. A learner might say, I am going to the market. It's broken up, right? A native speaker just flows it all together. I'm gonna the market. See that? It becomes one smooth unit of sound. They connect words, they drop sounds. They create this effortless flow. That's what we're aiming for.
So, how do you practice this? It's actually really simple and kind of fun. Every day, just pick 3 common clusters, like, let me know, or what are you doing? But don't just say them. Try singing them, or even rapping them. Get that rhythm into your body. Then try using them in your own sentences. And here's the most important part. Record your voice and listen back. I know, it's cringy at first, but you will be amazed at how fast you start to hear the change.
So all of this, the workout, the clusters, it brings us to the final and honestly the most important piece of the puzzle. This is about a deep shift in your identity. You have to stop seeing yourself as a learner and start acting like a trainer.
So you have to ask yourself, which one are you right now?
The passive learner just consumes information, collects tips, and waits for some magic moment to feel ready. But the fluent speaker, they transform through action. They train, they speak. The difference isn't how much they know, it's that they made a decision to actively train every single day.
Please remember this. Burn it into your brain. You probably already know enough English. Another grammar rule isn't what's holding you back. Fluency isn't born in a textbook. It is earned, minute by minute, in that daily repetition that nobody else sees.
And let's just be brutally honest for a second. This is the truth. You can watch 1,000,000 more videos, read 1,000 more articles, but if you don't do the physical training, you will stay stuck in silence. That's not me trying to scare you. It's not a threat. It's just a fact. It's cause and effect.
So, this is it. This is your moment. You've been silent long enough. You've held back your ideas for long enough. Your real voice is in there, just waiting. The only question left is, after all this waiting, are you finally ready to get in the gym and start training?